Hello, hello.
Hey, friends.
It's the Sara and Kristen show.
Oh my gosh. We're here. We've
Who
made
knew
it.
who knew all those years ago when we were giggling in that lunchroom at that bead store that someday we would have our own live show?
The Giggle Twins take the internet.
That would be a fun name for a little show, the Giggle
I
Twins.
know. That is pretty cute. What do you all think out there? Giggle Twins? Should we roll with that?
No more coffee and craft wire. We're going Giggle Twins. All right. If you want to take
Everyone
that
comes.
banner down, you can reveal the
We're
wizard
here.
behind the
The
screen.
curtain.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Great Bead Extravaganza Fall Fest. We are so excited to see all of you. I'm wearing, you can barely see it, but I'm wearing this big, huge pendant from Andrew Thornton. He made it years and years ago, and I saw it in my jewelry closet this morning, and I was like, I'm feeling that today.
It's beautiful. I love that. Andrew's such an artist.
What are you wearing today, Kristen?
Well, I have on my Peace and Love earrings from the Peace and Love Bead Strand and Design Kit Bead Mix. And I just threw on some recycled glass beads on my necklace because I looked around and I'm like, what matches in this vicinity?
This is my favorite comment so far.
Giggle Twins. Speaking of, we did a superhero calendar way back when together for the Softflex company employees, and that would have been really funny if we did like a Giggle Twins activate superhero vibe.
Oh my gosh, that would have been really funny. Well, welcome. We are from softflexcompany.com. Kristen and I have worked together for nearly 2 decades now at Softflex. Believe it or not, maybe you can believe it by
the way we talk.
The way we talk to each other and having long memories, of course. But Softflex Company is a small company. It's located in Sonoma, California, but we are a worldwide brand. People know us all over the world for our high quality premium beading wire, which you can use for bead stringing. We also have craft wire for making wire shapes and connectors and doing all the fun things you can do with any kind of craft wire. So we are going to be playing with some of those things today. We had a Fall Fest kit and it is right here. But we sold out of them. Thank you to everybody who purchased our Fall Fest kit and anybody who's been supporting our small business these last few years. We really appreciate you. But those with you with your kit, you can go ahead and pull that out. Kristen will be making a really fun earring with you today. And then she has some alternatives to show as well. So you can make it in a couple different ways. So get your stuff out and you can make along with her or watch and then make along with her on replay, which is what I always kind of suggest, because that way you have time to see it through once and then do it with her on the replay. And this replay will be available forever. As long as Facebook is around and YouTube are around, this replay will be there. So you can come back and watch it.
With this particular design, I highly suggest that because it is a bead weaving design with soft touch beading wire. And it's going to take a little bit, I think, to get the hang of, because it's new to me. If it's new to you, maybe you're comfortable bead weaving and with the herringbone stitch that we'll be doing and you won't feel that. But if it is new to you, I would definitely suggest watching it live and just enjoying it and then saving the make along for the replay. Quick note about the kit is this kit was super special in that you get to try our 3 major staples of our brand. You'll get the original Softflex beading wire, which is in the blue label, our premium soft touch beading wire that we're going to use in our bead weaving project, and then also our craft wire, Softflex craft wire. So this is super special that you get to try a little bit of each in this particular kit. That's not something we normally do. And that kind of made this one a little extra special, a little different. And I hope you appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm going to open the kit and show you guys what's inside it. We do a monthly kit as well as event kits. So you can almost always find a design kit available at softflexcompany.com. And in fact, right now we have a beautiful kit for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It is called our Pink Warrior Support Squad Design Kit. And in fact, if you buy it before next Wednesday, when we have our big kit reveal, or by next Wednesday, I would say, Wednesday being the cutoff, 10% of the sales are going to go to the National Breast Cancer Foundation as a donation. I'm planning on making that donation on the very last day of the month. If you follow us regularly, you know that I lost someone very special in my life to breast cancer years ago, and we know that this is a challenge that lots of families have had to deal with. And so we have that kit available now if you want to jump on it. All of our kits are fun because they have just about everything you need to make complete projects. We put in wire, we put in crimps, clasps, ear wires, beads. So it's a whole complete kit. A lot of kits out there have just one portion of that or the other, but not everything. I always do suggest get more ear wires, get more clasps, get more crimps, because you'll need more because there's so many beads in the kits. Usually it's hard to use all of them and not need more findings. So think on that as well. Did you have something to add, Kristen?
I just wanted to add that my pal Melanie is here. I saw that she commented and I wanted to highlight her comment because she helped me out on my Monday video doing the herringbone stitch for the first time.
Awesome.
She and quite a few others were really there to kind of cheer me on and help me keep it in line. So I'm glad you're here with me today too, Melanie. Thank you.
Very cool.
I also saw a comment about your drawing on your table.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's my sketch. That's what I think I'm going to be making today. So usually the way we do this is we have a kit available pre the party, and then you guys can make along using the kit. And then one of us, this time me, makes something separate with items that you can still shop in our website. So if you're new to us and you missed the kit, or you're an old hat with us and you just didn't happen to grab this kit, but you still want to make something fun, you'll get to see lots of new items today as well as what's in the kit. And those items can all be ordered on the website. And yeah, 15% off everything. So anything I show you today, you get 15% off through next Tuesday. I know you guys have been noticing the giveaway as well. It will be going on the whole hour. Comment once with Softflex Wire to enter. And we have a tool working in the background collecting your entries. If you comment more than once, it'll still only enter you once. So just do it once. And we will be giving away one of our kits today. As a giveaway. Maybe I'll do more than one giveaway. I did last time. Just it's kind of fun to all of a sudden decide on more giveaways. So if this is a really fun crowd and we have the best time today, then I will think about doing more than one giveaway at the end. And everybody wins if they order with us. As long as supplies last, we are giving away 2 of the cutest little spider web charms. You can see them on the bottom of these earrings that I made on Instagram Reels. And those will just get popped right into your order. If you put anything in your cart at softflexcompany.com, you'll probably see those pop up on your order. And you'll see the 15% discount at the bottom of your order because it comes off the entire shopping cart. Sound good?
All right. I think we're ready to.
What did I miss?
Right.
We also have free shipping in the US for orders over $65. Yes, we're crazy. That's a lot of deals, but go for it. Enjoy it. It's TGBE Fall Fest weekend. We go a little wild on the deals for Fall Fest. But, you know, what can you do? It's the 3rd annual TGBE Fall Fest.
Yeah,
So,
and we ship super fast, so that's why we were okay with giving away those spider web charms, because we felt in most cases you will get it before or right by the holiday, so you'll be able to utilize them and enjoy them this season. Really cool.
Most orders will be shipped by Wednesday at the latest, and in fact, most will ship Monday and Tuesday, and Wednesday's like pushing it. Our shipping team is wildly fast. Kristen said freakishly fast. I thought
freakishly fast.
Yeah, they're freakishly fast, and they take pride in being so fast. So if you want to, I see some people agreeing with us here.
Frighteningly, yes, I wrote frighteningly fast shipping, I think.
Zippy quick shipping, yes, that is us. Yes, frighteningly fast, yes.
I mean,
that is
speaking
us.
of, we've even asked them like to slow down, and they're like, no. They take pride in really getting it out quickly. We're like, you can take another day, and no, we can't.
No, I changed the company policy that they could get it out between 1 to 3 days, but they still try to ship everything within 1 day.
Yeah.
So if they get it before noon, they're trying to ship it the same day, if at all possible. They're really, really good. So big thank you to them, because the people that run our company behind the scenes, we have 11 paid employees at Softflex Company. For a worldwide brand that people know everywhere, that's pretty amazing that we only have 11 employees.
Yeah, it's true.
They work their butts off. They work so hard. So big thank you to the entire team at Softflex. Kristen and I get to be the fun face of the company, but there's a lot of hardworking rock stars, as Elaine would say, in the background.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, let's open this kit. I'm going to grab this. So this is what I am sort of planning to make today. I'm making on the fly. So I grabbed a few things that are new that I'll show you after I open the kit. And I am going to be working on a project similar to this. And I'm really excited to see how it all comes together. It's easier for me in these big events. I always design on the fly, but in these bigger events, I like to have a little bit of a roadmap, because otherwise I feel nervous, going into something like this without a little idea of what I'm going to be doing. So here's our Fall Fest kit. Let me open her up. And pull her out. So here is what ended up going into that kit. We did a whole tube of our new Rolla beads. If you haven't seen these, you're going to be using them today with Kristen's project. They are seed beads. They're Czech seed beads that are tubular, and they're kind of large. So they're really, really handy for learning how to bead weave, which we've been doing here at Softflex. They're also handy for projects like this guy that I have on my wrist. I guess this is bead weaving as well. Spacer beads. I have been using them for all sorts of things. And I have a couple of bracelets that I've made with them that I'll show you in just a minute. Let's look at the kit first and stay organized. I've got craft wire and I've got beading wire in this kit in Softflex 019 medium and 22 gauge non-tarnished copper. So these are your basic items. This is what you're going to use for your basic stringing projects. Medium is very strong, so it can handle things that are a little more abrasive, and it's going to hold up to it. So you can make bracelets and necklaces with this. This is a copper craft wire, so you can make shapes and links and things with it. We also,
and that's one of our most common questions, I think. What's the difference between Softflex wire and the craft wire?
Yeah. And then one of the others is, what's the difference between Softflex and Soft Touch? Soft Touch is our premium beading wire. It is 50% more flexible than our original Softflex, but just as strong and just as durable in each diameter. Now this is a very fine diameter, 0.01 inch. So it's itty bitty, so thin. And that's what Kristen will be using today for bead weaving. It is really, really thin, only 7 strands of stainless steel, only a 5-pound test strength, but great for bead weaving and stringing very small gemstones that have tiny holes like diamonds and rubies and sapphires and emeralds. Also wonderful for embellishment, weaving, crocheting, things of that sort. In this kit, we have 3 strands of check beads. We've got a beautiful golden bronzy color, which I'm glad Kristen used. I'm excited to see those. She also is going to be using these beautiful turquoise leaves. We've got some of these little hishi beads in there. We have these in some other colors on our website. So if you love these in this dark blue, sort of black variety, we have them in some really great fall colors on the website too. And then we've got some 2-hole red matte tile beads, and these will be used in Kristen's project as well. There's some 2x2 millimeter Softflex crimp tubes. You can find these in copper, silver, gold filled, and oxidized black on our website. We are known for having some of the best crimp tubes in the world. So you can find those on the website. And then we did a little findings kit in here. And Kristen didn't use these 2, and they're still available on our website too. So I'm going to use those in my design today. So I'm going to set those aside for me. There was also this sweet little thistle button. These 3 items are all brand new from Tierra Cast. They just came out recently in the last few weeks, and we have them in multiple metal tones on our website. And yes, you get 15% off on those too. All of the Tierra Cast, if you are shopping on our website, will be 15% off this week through Tuesday. And then we've got a couple of little lobster clasps, some ear wires, and some lovely jump rings. So that is our full kit for Fall Fest. And I am going to show you just a couple more things, and then I'll head over to Kristen. So this is a bracelet version of what Kristen's doing today. A herringbone stitch using the rolla beads. I did all black in this, but you could do this same design in all dark blue if you got the blue beads from the kit and you don't want to do earrings. I know some of you may not have the capability of wearing earrings. So this is another option. It doesn't take more than 1 tube to do a full bracelet if you've just got the 4 rows. So that is an option too. Here's one other one I made in that same stitch using some other colors. We have a bunch of colors on our website. So if you love those rolla beads, you can even get a whole bundle of them with every color. But we've got oranges and yellows and reds and whites and blues and all colors. So you can check that out there too.
And just a note, the bundle will be 30% off if you get all the colors, and then you'll get that extra 15% off on top. So super sweet deal.
We've also been playing with doing peyote stitch with the soft touch. And here
I haven't tried that one yet.
Of rolla beads that you can get on the website. A beautiful turquoise. We have some nice metallics like copper and bronze and whatnot. Okay, Kristen, take it away. I'm going to start working on my design over here while you show them this beautiful earring.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it. All right. Oh, and there we go. Let me just move my camera up a smidge so you can see what I'm working with on my table here. So we're going to be using the Soft Touch Very Fine in the white that came in the kit. We're going to need 30 inches for each earring. So cut one 30-inch strand for the project that we'll be doing today. And these are some variations. So just to give you an idea, I started with this one here on the left. We'll call that A. And then I moved to this one because I wanted to incorporate some of that red and see how that felt. call that design B. And then here's design C, which is what we're going to do today, which I shortened the herringbone portion just by a bead. And then I have a combination of the golden beads at the top and the red 2-hole bead at the bottom to kind of give either or. And I did a quick poll in our video that we did yesterday. We jumped on and did a quick live, and this was the winning design. So that's the one we're gonna do today. And what's really nice about it is if you like this one, you can just repeat what I do at the top again on the bottom. If you like this one, you could repeat what I did on the bottom again at the top, or you can do this combination that I'm gonna show you. So in addition to the soft touch wire, we're going to have our blue roller beads. These are like a 4.5 millimeter, I believe, bead. We'll be using this strand that came with the kit. I'm not sure what size these are, but I think they're probably 3 millimeter. And we'll have just one on each earring of these 2-hole bead little squares, and then we'll have one of these beautiful turquoise leaves as the drop on each earring. We'll be using the craft wire on the bottom to create our little dangle here, and then we'll have our ear wires, and I have 2 jump rings. I only did a jump ring on my first example, and then the other one I attached right to the wire. I'm not sure which is my favorite, so I just took the jump rings out to possibly think about using that again. And here's my bracelet I did. So this is the herringbone stitch with the roller beads, and I used our turquoise and our copper, and then finished it off with those tiara cast clasps that you can find at softluxcompany.com as well. And then I used the soft touch very fine in the black on that particular design example. So first thing you're going to do, you don't have to have a bead stopper, but I just marked my tail length with it, and I'm going to use it in the beginning to kind of keep my distance and my tension. And so I'm going to have a 7-inch tail on this side here, and then the rest of the stringing wire, weaving wire, will be on the other side. So again, this was 30 inches total that I cut for the soft touch. So to get started, oh my gosh, first thing I would say is I can't even believe that I'm doing a bead weaving project. This is so unexpected. It really is. It just so happens that I learned this at one of our beading party friends, which you can check out our full playlist at our YouTube channel. And then I tried it on Monday, and then when I opened up the pack, I was like, oh yeah, we added soft touch and roller beads. Well, let's keep this party going. Let's keep this bead weaving.
We have for years told everyone you cannot bead weave traditional bead weaves with soft touch beading wire unless it goes in a circle, like the African helix that I showed you at the beginning. And it is so surprising to us still that you can do this,
I know,
this stitching with the soft touch with these bigger beads. Now, if you tried to use it on the little itty bitty tiny beads, it wouldn't work the same. The bigger beads really do make a difference. And I think you could do it in some of the bigger other kinds of beads, not just these ones. They just have to have another large hole and be a larger size bead.
Yeah, you go in and out quite a few times. So you do need to have a nice large hole, which these have. So they work perfect. And Ruth was asking, are there instructions for the bracelet? Yes, I did this one on my video on Monday. I do a free spirit beading video every Monday on the Softlex Company Facebook page and YouTube channel at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And then you can also find it in our beading party playlist with the original friend that came and taught us with this. So. All right, so we're going to string on 2 of the roller beads, and I'm going to go back through my first one, making a circle. So just taking my wire and just going back through that first bead. So we're doing a ladder stitch to start. So you'll see how they kind of pop together, just like so. Let me pull it up a little bit. That color's dark. And I'm going to go back through again. I'm going to pinch these beads between my fingers so I'm holding them in place. And I'm going to go back down the second bead. We're reinforcing that loop. So back down the second bead and then back up the first bead. And I always have a hard time finding that first one with my chubby fingers. So bear with me a sec. It's like my fingers take up all the space. Pull that back up.
You're not the only one that feels that way.
So now we're coming out of that first bead and we're going to go back down the second bead again. So we went around like 1.5 times to really reinforce just that first row. It helps it because the wire is so thin and it just helps it from like popping back off each other. So now we're going to pick up our next roll of bead. So here's number 3, and I want to get it in place here. Try and pinch it with my fingers. And actually, I'm going to try and pull this down towards my bead stopper a little bit so that it helps keep everything in line. So now that I've got my third bead on, I'm going to go back down the second bead and let that pop into place. And now I can pinch that as well. Let's see, get this from, there we go. And now I'm going to go back up that third bead, making that full 1.5 circle. Go back down the second bead. And then go back up the third bead again. And so my wire is again coming out of the top. And now I can pick up my last roll of bead. And I'm going to take it, go around and under, up through bead number 3 to make that circle. It'll pop in place. And I just want to push it so that I can hold on to them. Go down bead number 4. Go up bead number 3. And then I go down bead number 4. Just making that 1.5 circle each time. Okay. So I have my little ladder stitch started. It is really nice, Pam, that you don't have to thread a needle. It is your needle because it's got enough stamina to do that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my bead stopper off my tail, because you'll see my tail and my bead weaving wires are both coming down out the same direction. I want to take my bead stopper off my tail, and I want to take that tail side and go up the bead next to it. So it's going in the opposite direction of my weaving, and it'll be ready and in position to attach to my little end pieces here. Is everyone with me so far? I know it can be kind of tiny work, and we haven't quite started the herringbone-ish part yet. So we've got the ladder stitch going, and these will pull kind of into place a little bit more as we get going here.
It looks great. You're doing wonderful.
I'm going to clip that.
I just wanted to say that we have 125 entries in our contest. Keep it coming.
Oh my goodness.
Present at the end to win.
Wow. Wow, that's awesome, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to start my herringbone stitch now. And if you look at my pattern here, I've got a gold bead and then the roll of bead and then the roll of bead and then the gold bead. So it's going to look like this. So I've got these two together in one column, and then I've got these two together in the other column. So we're going to start by picking up that gold bead and the one roll of bead. And we're going to go down that second bead in my ladder stitch. And then we're going to go up that last bead. So just kind of pop it so it's heading up and down. And I think I did that right. Did I do that right? Do I come out of that side or I come out? No, I didn't. Okay, back up. This is a really great part of soft flex too, is you can back up. So scratch that. We've got our gold bead, we've got our roller bead. We're gonna go down. The bead in the center, and then we're gonna go up the one next to it so that you're doing the other side. There we go. That makes sense.
Can you move your hands up just a little bit?
Oh yeah, sorry.
That's okay. I've got little comments that I'm putting in, so.
And then we're gonna go, I took that bead stopper off because it's kind of in your way in the beginning.
Yeah. It'll all pull together once you get that second row in.
There we go. So now I'm working on the other side. And I want to pick up a roller bead and then a gold bead.
No needle. The wire itself is like a needle. Isn't that neat?
And you go down the outside. So now
this
you've got.
Cannot be done without the wire showing. That is part of it. The wire does show. It becomes sort of part of the design.
Yeah. And in this case, I'm using a very high contrast. I mean, I'm using a white wire and a dark blue bead.
Right.
So you could, you know, in this one, I use the black, and like Sara
This
used
is
theirs.
black wire with black beads. So that's kind of another option. Is we have the soft touch in white, black, and satin silver. So you kind of have to decide what's going to work best with your bead selection.
Yeah, so I'm kind of an overly high contrast right now, so you're going to see that wire a bit more than if you were to go with a different color. So you can make those choices. So after you come out of that final bead, you're going to go up and on the outside of the blue bead and up through your gold bead, just like so. It does help for demonstration purposes to use the high contrast. I agree. So now this is an interesting thing to think about. You use the color that you're coming out of and then the color that you're going into for your stringing. So I'm coming out of the gold bead. So I'm going to add that on my wire first. And then I'm going into the blue bead. So I'm going to add that one on second. And now I flipped this around. I was holding it this way. Now I'm just flipping it this way because when I'm right-handed, it just feels good to kind of keep putting it into this position. I also found it helps with my tension if I'm kind of weaving in the same direction each time. And now I'm going to go back down through this roller bead right below.
We did use the soft touch for the bracelets as well.
Yes, we used the same one. That's right. And now you start to see that herringbone finally appearing, that little stitch there.
For me, the hardest part of seed beading is always that start. It's definitely hard with smaller seed beads. It's a little easier with these big seed beads, but it's still tricky.
It is, and I do think that these larger beads really helped me to get over a little bit of my fear of trying these because it's a little less intimidating to have that larger bead. You don't have to go as tight, and I don't know. It just felt really nice to try with these bigger beads. So now that I came out of this blue roller bead here, I'm going to go back up through this one, which is the one on the top. And then again, I'm going to string on the bead I came out of and then the bead I'm going into color-wise. So I will pick up the blue. and then add on the gold. And then that also reminds me that, okay, now I string right down into this gold bead. And if your wire twists like this, you don't pull it super tight as you get close, just kind of give it a little help to open it back up, and then you can pull it tight. This way you're less likely to kind of pinch that wire down. So now we've got 2 rows going. And another tip I learned for my tension is as you start going to kind of pull your design together so that all 4 rows are pulling. See how it kind of opens up, and that helps keep your tension tighter too. So you kind of want to pinch them together as you're working. Did you have another question?
No, we're good. Just lots of comments about how cool it is to see the soft touch being used in this way, and lots of seed beaters out there commenting about how hard it is to start any seed beater project.
It's so hard. So now you're going back up that gold bead on the outside, and then we kind of just.
Hi, Kim. We're so glad you made it.
Yay! We love when we see our friends. It's so great that you all are showing up here on the weekend. We're not usually live on a Saturday. It's kind of fun to catch some of you that don't get to see us regularly.
All right. This is coming together so well, Kristen. And I love seeing it in an earring because so far we've only done bracelets.
I know. Well, the earring made total sense for the time-wise too. I was like, I don't know how I'll ever finish a bracelet.
Herringbone stitch is so pretty too. I see Linda commenting she just loves this stitch, and I do too.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. And we're not that far from being done here actually, because it's not a super long earring.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'd get faster too the more I did, right?
Oh, of course.
One would hope.
Yeah, for sure. This is already the 3rd gold bead on the side. So you're almost your last row.
So here's another little tip, like to get into that, going back up that gold bead, I kind of moved that bead away a little bit so that I can get my wire in there. And then you just want to make sure before you pull it tight, I kind of tug on that down strand to get my bead to pop next to it again, and then I can pull this up. So if you find you need to kind of make a little space, like I did, that was just sort of how I made sure my wire didn't get too loose. And now we're going to do our last, I think we're up to our last row. So now we're going to do, instead of adding the gold and the blue, we're just going to do all blue like we did on our first row. We do one more herringbone stitch. So 2 blues, go back down that blue roller bead, and then kind of cross over. I think of this a little bit like a spine, like I'm crossing over to the other side and making that little spine. And then I'm going to pick up my last 2.
It is fun that the TGBE goes over the weekend so that those that work during the week can actually be here live with us. Usually we're always missing you because you're at work. So thanks for being here with us today.
Yeah, thanks for taking time out of your weekend to join us. We love it. So now we're done, and we're going to finish off this stitch. We've got our little herringbone part. And if you were to make a bracelet, you just keep going until you get to the point where you're finished in your length. And what we're going to do here is we're going to do just like we did on the first row, is we're going to create a ladder stitch to really anchor this in. Well, I have one more little string to do. I got to go up this roller bead here so that my wire is coming out the top. So now I'm going to go down the second bead, and then I'm going to loop up that first bead again so that they connect like a ladder stitch, and then I'm going to go down the second bead one more time. So again, it's 1.5 around, And now I'm going to go up the next one, just like so. Let that pull together and then go down the one I just came
All
from.
presentations are available for replay on the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook page and in the group in the featured section. So you can always go back and watch.
And then here's our last little loop. We come down the last bead, we go up that third bead there, and now we're in position to attach our little end pieces for our
Shout out to Damien in the background for working on a Saturday. Thank you so much, friend.
Thank you, Damien. So I'll start
3 out of 11 of the soft flexors here today.
Right. You got quite a crew. Okay, so I'm going to probably skip the jump ring since I didn't use it on this one, but you can add to a jump ring if you want to before you go to your ear wire. So what we're going to do for the top part, I'm going to do the top part now, is add one, slide down your ear wire. Actually, excuse me, nope, add two, slide down your ear wire, go back into the one that's the second one you strung, the one that's closest to your ear wire, go back through just that one, pull it down, it'll pop kind of into place, and then you'll string on your third. See how we made that little triangle down at the bottom? And now I'm going to just feed it in through this roll of bead that's closest to it. So it'll kind of pop right into place. And then here's how you work on really connecting this. So we don't crimp or anything. So what I like to do, what I've kind of liked the best out of what I learned, is to go through and wrap around these little spines. So those wires that are kind of connecting those beads through the middle. We're going to go under one, pull it out the other side, and then we're going to go back through so that we're going over that same wire, pulling it through this side, and then I'm going to do it one more time. So it's really kind of hugging it. And so it wrapped all the way around. I know there's a special name for that. I don't know what it is. So once I do that, I'm just going to now tuck it into the next closest roller bead and then do that again. So at this point, Sarah, if you want to get going, I'll just kind of, you do kind of the same thing on the other side, but you just add a 2-hole bead before the gold bead instead of the 3. But I know we're getting tight on time, so I want to make sure you have time to.
Oh, I'm a speedy beater.
Yes, you are. I was getting worried.
I have the more simple project too. So we'll go back to Kristen and she can kind of show us a close-up of the ending of that design in just a minute. So hang in there. Be sure to be entering to win our giveaway with hashtag SoftFlexWire. We chose hashtag SoftFlexWire because that is our hashtag that we use on the regular, especially on Instagram. And that helps us to find the things that you're making with our wire and share them with our community. So if you are making things with SoftFlexWire, make sure you're hashtagging it SoftFlexWire so that we're able to see it and share it with everyone else. I'm going to get just like a healthy size of SoftFlex. I don't know, what is that, 8 inches? My whole screen here, about 8 inches. And I'm using the Butterscotch Imperial Topaz that came inside of the kit. It's also part of our fall quad, which you can see here. These are the 4 colors that we as a company chose for fall. We have another quad that the Great Bead Trade chose to use that's beautiful too. It has a couple of these same colors, but then it swapped out a couple of other colors that everybody thought were really hot for fall as well, including the pink tourmaline, which turns out is really popular this fall. So you can get either of those quads on our website. They are discounted, and then you get the double discount. You get the extra 15% off. Okay, so I put together what I think I'm going to make. I'm using these really beautiful components that were in the kit, but you can buy them just regularly on the website as well. These are beautiful tiara cast components that just came out, and I'm going to, I think, layer them. So I got my redwood charm. I'm going to layer it on top of the fern leaf, and I am going to attach those together using soft flex. So I'm going to string one of our 2x2 millimeter soft flex crimp tubes in a copper. You can find these in a silver color and a gold tone and a copper color. And then I can just add those on and go back in.
Copper is so hot right now, though. Are you guys loving copper out there as much as I'm
Copper's
seeing
so
it?
pretty for fall. So when you do this, you don't want to scrunch it right up to those charms because they won't lay as nicely. You want to leave a little bit of breathing room. That's why we have the colors and the soft flex. They can be part of the design. I was also thinking this design would be really pretty in the dark blue. So think of that as a color option too. Even the turquoise would possibly be really pretty with this. But I chose to go with the one that was in the kit. I felt like that made the most sense for today. Okay, so I've got my wires both running through that crimp tube. I've got them sort of side by side so that I get a nice straight connection. I'm going to come in with my magical crimpers. It is officially ravioli time. I'm going to make my first ravioli of the day and then come in sideways and keep compressing around that crimp until I pinched the edge of the crimp into the nylon coating, making a really nice little round ball and getting a nice strong connection. Then I can come in with my cutters and just trim right up to that guy and start to string my beads. I've got a dark blue Rolla also from the kit. I've got this really beautiful tiara cast nugget that they came out with earlier this year that I just can't get enough of. We have those in all the metallic colors, and I thought they would just look so pretty with this combination. This is a simple cut check glass bead, and I'm going to show you them in a few different colors here in a minute if there's time. We'll see.
It goes so fast.
It goes so fast. I know, but you can get 2 designs during our video, so that's the tricky part. So I'm going through this beautiful donut. We've got a few of those available on the website. I'm going to go through there, and then I'm going to come back into my crimp tube. So just string right through the center of it back into the crimp tube. And we're making like a large dangle off of this donut. We're going to bring that crimp tube down to the beads and then kind of bring it up to the donut. Again, we don't want it to be super tight or it won't hang nicely. So you kind of want to leave just a little bit of breathing room so that it can all just sort of hang and dangle in a really beautiful fashion. So I'm going to straighten my wires out inside of that crimp again. And you almost need 6 hands to do these things, but we're going to make it through somehow. And then I'm going to come in. I'm going to kind of just pull my crimp just a little closer to my beads, as close as I can get. And then compress. Ravioli time number 2. It must be 5 p.m. somewhere where somebody wants to have an adult beverage drink.
There you go.
Not over here. Over here, we've got soccer games, birthday parties, and Girl Scout troop meetings this weekend. So.
That looks really great.
All right.
I love that. They're talking in the comments. They're sharing ideas for how to store Softlex wire.
Oh,
Someone mentioned a paper
fun.
towel holder, and
We
then
have a
Kim
blog
mentioned,
about that, right?
yeah, and then Kim said a slacks hanger, which is actually something I do. I have a slacks hanger where I've got some of my extra wires in.
Oh, smart. Yeah, I don't know if you can look for that blog, Damien, if you haven't already. So now I have a pretty long piece because I'm making a long necklace. So I chose a pretty long piece of wire. I'm going to say it's 2.5 feet long because it's going from my chest to the tip of my fingers. I'm going to grab another crimp tube and string through the middle of my donut back into my tube.
We've gone donut crazy over on the Softlex Company website. You can find this donut. This is the matte, I think, color of the 3 that we posted. And then we've got the same kind of color in a glossy, and we also have it in a really pretty dark blue. There's also a very pretty, like, turquoisey blue with a little bit of red or pink.
Yeah, I have it
glaze. And then we have a nice natural ceramic textured one. So there's quite a few new donuts that we've added online that you can swap and make a very similar design with.
Yeah, you know who I saw wearing donuts last night was Tori from Nostalgica. Is it not? I can't say this name. Is it?
I think it's nostalgia. Nostalgia, I think.
Nostalgia, or is it nostalgic? I don't know. Either way, Candy's new website.
Oh, it's Nostalgica. It's Nostalgica. We were almost. I think we got it.
Nostalgica. Okay, I'm gonna get it one of these days. It's a really pretty name. I love it, and I love all the branding she has done for it. Is gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh, these bamboo beads are something special, you guys. So Sarah's using this really pretty dark blue color, and then we've got them in a handful of other colors as well, and a few different shapes. This one is one of 3 different like shape styles we introduced. They're just such a pretty natural,
they are
supply. They're so pretty.
Yeah, no, they're really pretty. They're really light. They come in lots of colors. I'm going to just continue stringing on my other side. So what I did was I have a loose crimp tube over here and I have a loose crimp tube over here. And then I'm going to go ahead and complete my design down here. And then I can go back in and crimp those later. And that'll hold the beads in place so they're not slipping around. These bamboo beads are pretty long strands. So if you wanted to just do the bamboo beads and the seed beads all the way up the back end, you could totally do that.
Yeah. Well, we have 2 different, we have a short strand and a long strand depending on the color, but the blue one
in the long.
Yeah, the blue one Sarah's using today comes in the long.
Yeah, they're really lightweight. I took one and just strung all the beads onto some Softlex, and it's beautiful. I've been wearing it a lot for fall. They're red and kind of a creamy color. Really pretty. All right, I got all my beads on. Let's check my pattern because I'm doing this fast. Looks good. I didn't miss a bead. Sometimes that happens. Going quick. I got my fourth crimp tube on here through the center, and then I'm gonna just crimp it on like I did the other side and bring that down and crimp. And then all you have to do is go back in and crimp those beads so that they're not sliding around onto the wire, and that'll keep them in place. And I can do that after because I want to show you guys a couple things.
Someone is asking, is it navy blue? I never trust colors online. It does look like a little lighter than navy to me. Like it's got a little more of a blue.
Yeah, they're a little lighter than navy. They're more like a denim. That's what I've been saying.
Like a dark denim. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so that is what my design looks like.
Beautiful.
I'll take a picture and post it onto our Instagram page. Here's another option with those donuts. I kind of flashed it last night if you were watching, but you can add more little dangles to it too if you want to make it into a full fringe. That can be a
It's
lot of
great.
fun to play with. And there's that beautiful turquoise colored donut that you can find on the website now. So a couple
Wonderful.
things to show you before I flip back over and we do our giveaway. I hope you guys have all entered the giveaway. Here's all those bamboo beads. Lots of colors, lots of beautiful autumn colors. We've got some greens, as well as some beautiful oranges and red jaspers. Here's a couple
Browns
bracelets that I made with them just recently. You can find that on our YouTube channel and I think maybe our Instagram reels. And then I've got a bunch of little tidbits here that we've added. Lots of beautiful ceramics in many different colors. We, of course, have those new Tierra cast parts that you can check out. All of this is on sale too at softflexcompany.com. And then my favorite thing we added this week, which I used in that project, are these simple cut check glass beads. They're absolutely gorgeous. All the colors are fantastic. You can buy them in a bundle, get 30% off, and then you get the additional 15% off this week only. So you're getting a double discount on those. And I've seen a few of you buying like 3 of the bundles, and I totally am with you.
totally get it. You might as well.
Really pretty. They come in the color that I was using today, as well as like this gorgeous evergreen color. Lots of fun stuff. And then, of course, those fern leaves come in different metallic finishes too. So that's that. I'm going to flip over to Kristen. Show us the bottom of your earring, Kristen. I think we have 5 minutes.
All right, let's do this. Okay, so I've got a 4-inch strand of craft wire. I'm using the one that came in the kit, the 22 gauge non-tarnished copper. And I'm just going to find around the middle and I'm just going to flip up one side, the bottom of that wire, to go around my leaf and then do a nice little messy wrap in there. It doesn't have to be totally centered, just a roundabout there, and then trim off any excess and tuck in your wires. And this could be your back side or your front side, doesn't matter. And then if you want to give it if you have to tighten it up, you could just give it like a little pinch, give it a little wave, and it'll tighten up around your bead. And so what we'll do next is just make ourselves a loop using our chain nose pliers. Make that right angle, go around your round nose pliers in one direction and then the other, and then go ahead and wrap again the rest of the wire around. Trim and tuck, and then depending on the direction you want, I think I'm going to do mine in that direction. Just twist your loop, and that'll be, we'll attach that similar to how we attach to our ear wire. So we have this strand coming out the bottom. We're going to go ahead and string on one hole of our 2-hole bead. And then we're going to string this gold bead. Then we're going to string our dangle. And we're going to go back up the gold bead first. Pull it up towards our 2-hole bead. And then go back up the other side of the 2-hole square bead.
Yes, the discount is automatic. It will be right in your shopping cart. So put things in your shopping cart and then go look at the bottom number on your cart and it'll
Yeah.
show the discount there.
It's an order discount, so it's not a line item discount. So
No
after it
coupon necessary.
takes it off your entire order. So after you go back through that second hole, you're just going to take that wire and go back up the roll of bead that is the closest. And then you'll do your knotting mechanism like you did on the other side. And if you want to see a closer, more in depth of that, you can check out my video from Monday and see how I do the knotting. So now I'll do that same thing again. I'll come up, go in between this center wire, and then I'll come back around the top. And I'll do that 3 times, pulling it through again. I'm trying to go fast and I'm dropping my wire.
You're doing great.
And then I go up a roller bead, and then I do it again for the next spine. And so you do that 3 times too. So just think in 3s, wrap around 3 times, then make your knot 3 times. And then you can just trim your wire, which is crazy, but.
Last chance to enter the giveaway. Hashtag SoftFlexWire in the comments.
Okay, I'm just going to stop there because I'm just going to keep knotting that and then I can trim it off. But you guys have the point. Yeah, you have the idea this way. And just kind of wiggle this into place here. I love it.
It's so cute. Will you show the other 2 that you made?
Yeah.
That were a little bit different.
So here are the other 2. The first one here, you're going to do those 3 beads on the top and the bottom, but everything else is the same. You also add 1 more bead if you want to change the length. So this one's a little bit longer, 1 more gold bead. And then this one has the 2 hole beads on the top and the bottom instead. Rosanna's asking, can you use a lighter on this wire? I wouldn't think so. It's nylon.
But it will melt the nylon. So if you're thinking about like a thread burner, it'll melt the nylon. It won't melt the steel. So it depends on what you're doing. Okay, are we ready for giveaway?
We're ready.
I'm going to share my screen and a Chrome tab and a giveaway tool. And here we go. You guys have been such an amazing group. I'm going to do 3 giveaways, but you must be present to win. And we have to do this quickly because we're already over time. So I'm going to draw now and we'll see who our first winner is. Make sure you comment right away to let us know that you are here and plan to claim your prize. Karen Kellner from Facebook. Karen Kellner. I'm going to Damien, will you write down her name, please? Karen Kellner from Facebook. And then I'll go ahead and draw again, okay? Sound good, Kristen?
Sounds good. We had a lot of entries.
Our second winner of the day it was almost SoftFlex Company, Cindy Thomas.
Cindy.
Wow, we had 2 YouTubers last time, 2 Facebookers this time.
That's funny. Yeah, I know.
It's one of our winners.
So great to see all of your little names and faces flash around the screen.
Write down that name at the end. Winners, please email info@softflexcompany.com to claim your prize, but you have to be here and present. Let me know if these folks are present or not.
Oh, are you doing a third?
Yes.
You just were having a good, you just want to keep hitting that button.
It's so fun.
Oh, it's Diane.
Diane, also from Facebook. You are our third winner. I hope, Damien, you had a pen handy and you wrote down those names.
So we've got Karen, Cindy, and Diane. Are they
present?
Are you present? Are you present for your present?
Oh, nice. Don't forget, you get a free pair of webs with every order, 15% off your entire order. and free shipping over $65. All of that is happening at softflixcompany.com. And please do follow us on YouTube and Facebook. We have lots of live videos that we do on the regular.
I see Cindy is here. Somebody else said that they're here, they won, but it just says Facebook user, probably because they're from the group.
Okay.
So we've got 2.
Okay.
Oh, there she is. There's Diane. Okay, I think that's everybody.
That's 3. Okay, email
Awesome.
info@softflexcompany.com to collect your prize. And thank you, everybody. We love being part of the Great Bead Extravaganza. Some of our closest bead friends are in this group, and we love each of them. I'm excited for the rest of today. We have Nile coming up from Silver Silk and More, and he'll actually be talking for himself rather than previewing when
we were all talking for him.
So elegantly tried to speak for him. And he has a beautiful project using Softflex craft wire, I believe, possibly beading wire too. So definitely stay tuned in on the Great Bead Extravaganza page and check out what he has going on. And of course, you can find us at softflexcompany.com.
All right, everybody, we will see you soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.